Hello, everybody. How are you? I am broadcasting live today from Jackson, Mississippi, where I'm visiting my mother and my sisters who live here. And it's nice and cold, and that's why the long sleeve shirt. Anyway, so I'm Sandra, the Stamping Bee, and welcome to another episode of my Make It Monday, even though it's Sunday here. Hi, Lynette. How are you? Good to see you. Anyway, so hopefully it's warm there, right, in Melbourne? It's so cold here. It's like 30-some degrees. I don't know what it is in Celsius. But anyway, good to have you join me. So each week I share something that I've been working on and in hopes to inspire you to create something this week as well. So for this week's project, I am going to be featuring one of the new sets. This is called Kite Delight. And the reason I decided to do this one was because I really like this set, and it was one of my top 5 stamp sets that I purchased when the new catalog came out. But I've been feeling that like it's been overshadowed by another new set, which I also have, Rainbow of Happiness. So I thought it would be time for me to shine a light on it and bring it to your attention and show you some projects made with this. So if you already have this Rainbow of Happiness set, then this is really a great addition because it really adds to the versatility and the options that you can do with these cards. So without further ado, let me switch it around and let's get started. All right. It's going to be a little tricky today working on this because I'm working off of a small table, my daughter's high school table. She spent her high school years here in Mississippi, so I'm working off a corner of her table. So the set that I wanted to feature today is this set. It's a fun little set. It's very versatile, which I will show you how versatile it is. And it also comes, well, it doesn't come with it, but it coordinates really well with a cloud punch, which you'll see here. Easy to miss, but I highly recommend this cloud punch, okay? This kite set works really well with this celebration item. So if you have this, if you've gotten this one, then it will work really well with this as well. So anyway, let's get started. Oh, I need to show you what we're working on today, right? You know, the kite set is such a fun and playful one. The first card that I wanted to make from this, using this set, was something with a fun fold because I wanted the kite to be flying some sort. So this is the card that I created, okay? It's kind of a pop-up card, but it's also a fun fold card, okay? And in the back, then you can jot your notes here. Now this fun fold card has been, I think I've learned from somebody up on online, but their dimension created something a little bit bigger. Okay, you see the difference? Which is great, but for me, I wanted it to fit into our regular envelope, which this will. Okay? So that's how I needed to adjust the dimensions, and I will share with you the dimensions and how to make this. It's really quick and easy, very fun, and it gives it that lively look to the kite that I was wanting to achieve. Okay, so let's get started. Let me put this here so you'll see. And let me grab my paper cutter. As I'm saying, I'm working with a really small corner here, so let's see how successful I will be. Let's see here. Oops, I hope I don't drop anything. Thanks, Lynette. Okay, so you start out, we will start out with a 4x8 sheet of cardstock. Score on the 8-inch side, 2 and 4. So let's do that. So there we go. 2, 4, okay, and then with the instructions says notch at 6. So notch meaning you just do a little dab so you know where that 6-inch mark is. Okay, and the next thing you do is you turn over onto the 4-inch side and you notch at the 2-inch side mark. Okay, 2-inch mark. Okay. So can you see? So there's my notch there. Can you see? There. And then there and here. Okay. So once you've done that, then we get working. Okay. So the first thing you want to do, let's slice that triangle out. Let me see here. So I basically just go ahead and put my finger on here and I will pivot my card to this notch. Okay. So there's the 2-inch mark, here's the 6-inch mark, and I will slice it, okay? Same way the other side. I put my finger here, and I pivot until I get to the 6-inch mark here. Oops, there we go. And I slice it off. Okay, so there you have it. So those we take away, and then now we're going to score from here to here. Okay, so that's the X. So we're going from here. I don't know if did I lose connection just now? The Wi-Fi over at my mom's house is so sketchy that I've been worried about this. Okay, so I score here. And score here. Okay. There we go. It's not rocket science. And there you have it. So that's the making of this particular, your base. Okay. So fold. And you're going to fold it like this. Of course, it's better to have the bone folder, which I have right here. There we go. Okay. And there you have it. So I would probably score it a little bit more. So that's the base of this card. Okay, see? And now it's time to do this part here. So, well, let's do the easy part. The easy part is this piece here. This is, let me see, what's the dimension on here? This is a 2 by 4 inches. Okay, 2 by 4 inches. So let me go ahead and glue this on. Okay. Yeah, this is a really simple card, and usually, you know, a lot of the fun fold cards, I always worry that my friends, especially my non-crafty friends, wouldn't know what to do with the card when they open it up, right? So I love fun fold cards that are just obvious. You know, they open it up from the card and it springs up, and that's it. That's all there is to it, instead of having to know where to notch the card or maneuver it. But anyway, so we're going to glue this later because we want to make sure that this particular side is covered first. So there's different ways you can think about applying the background. So you can choose a pattern that's non-directional, okay? So it's just a matter of cutting it and putting it on here. Oops, I think I must have cut something wrong because the dimensions are a little off. But anyway, so how did that happen? Anyway, there's a boo-boo, but it's fine. So normally, if you use a non-directional paper, then you would just cut a piece that's, this is actually going to be 2 7/8 by 2 7/8, but you can call it 3 by 3, okay? But I usually, if you're working on a card that has a direction, you know, like for example, this one, you don't want the card to be like this. You want the card to show up like this. How I would do it is, this is where I will use, as you see, my card already is wrong. Let me just, nothing like live video to show that you've done something wrong. So why is that not right? So this is 6, right? Yep, 6. So that should be 2-inch. Anyway, it's a little off, but basically the direction is you're going to put this here, okay? And what I do is just go ahead and use a pencil and draw out, okay, and cut. Okay, so welcome to those of you who are joining me today live. I hope you do leave a comment and say hi. It would be great to see who you are. Okay, as you know, as I just mentioned, I cut this somewhat wrong. But anyway, as you can see, it goes by really fast, the cutting. And here you go. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just go with the flow, okay, and go ahead and glue it on. Because there is no mistake in stamping. There's always some ways to resurrect a so-called boo-boo. I'll have to figure out what happened. But anyway. Hi, Jill. What is this card type called? You know what? I really don't know what it's called. But I will find out for you what it's called. I forget what the name of it is, but I will let you know what the name of it is. So anyway, so once I've done that, I will glue this here. Okay. All right. So once that's done, then it's the other pieces that we need to do now. So I've already used the cloud punch to punch out a cloud. As you know, I'm traveling, so I did not bring that heavy punch with me. So I've pre-cut a couple clouds. So here is one cloud, okay? And then the next thing is I need to stamp the kite. Of all the kites in this stamp set, I really like the big one because it's so nice and bold. So let me grab the supplies here. And, oops. All these colors are colors from the rainbow paper. Okay. So what I do is I just line it towards the edge here to make it easy to cut. Okay. And I also want to show you how easy it is to cut these straight lines. Okay, I'm always afraid I'm getting out of the camera range. There's nothing to it. Okay. One of the reasons I gravitated towards this kite set is my daughter, when she was in college, she was part of the Kappa Alpha Theta sorority group, and their symbol was the kite. So she has quickly asked me to give her all these cards so she can be sending cards to her sorority sisters. So if you know of a young lady who is in Kappa Alpha Theta sorority, know that kites are their symbols, so they would appreciate a card with a kite, right? That's what we always like to do. So to cover my mistake, I'm just going to go ahead and put the kite up here, right? So there we have it. So I'm going to go ahead and put the card together. Let's see, should we do it now or? Okay, so let me go ahead and do that. Let me see, how should I make this like this? And there we go. So one other thing that I need to remind you is when you're putting together your card, is to make sure that it's within the parameter of your envelope, because it's easy to get carried away and place your elements all over the place and it might stick out like here. Then you don't want it. So this is good because remember I'm trying to correct my boo-boo here. So we're gonna go ahead and do this. Oh, that would work. See, because I kind of want the kite leaning towards that side, so that looks good. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put this here. See, it's always good to know that you can cover up a boo-boo. There you go. So there you go. So that's part of it. And the next thing is to stamp the tail. Let's see, okay, let me go ahead and clean the stamp. I kind of vary between actually stamping the cards in my videos or showing you the components, the finished products. So what do you think of this? This is taking too long? Do you need me to go faster, or you just want to see the components put together, just ideas? Let me know so I can change it up a bit. So here's the tail. Again, even though there is not a corresponding die cut set, but believe me, all of these images have straight edges and they're very easy to cut out. Okay. So with this, I also wanted to show you, so in the original card that I did, I used a twine. And this twine is from leftover from one of the paper pumpkin kits, okay? But if you don't have something handy like this, yes, we can use the tail that is intended in the stamp set. So let me go ahead and cut that out, okay? I finished, oh, here we go, okay. So without going too far in, here it is. So it's cut. You'll notice that one's missing. That one missing was used for this, okay? And I also wanted to show you that this is very customizable. You don't have to use all the ribbons. And for this particular one, I will snip off a few because I don't want too many. It's too many to me. Okay. I actually like having this paper string here because it's a little bit more solid than the twine. Okay, so let me see how it looks. Okay. Oh, okay. I think it works well. So let me go ahead and glue it in. So what I'm gonna do is gonna put a little dab of glue here. Ooh, too much. Too much. What to do? And put this in here. Okay. And I really like to keep this just flowing like this because it just gives it a movement. It's not, you know, set in stone type of a thing. It's not stuck. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is let's stamp the sentiment. Okay. So let me clean this up. Such is traveling. When you're traveling with just one block, you're going to have to do a lot of unblocking and removing it and whatnot. Okay, so this is the one I wanted. Okay. Again, so this one is Wishes for a Carefree Day. The beauty of a photopolymer stamp set is you can manipulate it. So I want to manipulate it so that it is flowing like this. Okay? So let me make sure that's where I want it. Yeah, that's good. Bear with me because I really do want to show you how easy it is to manipulate this and cut it out freehand. It's nothing to it. Okay, so what I do first is I of course go ahead and cut this out. Okay, and basically you are just following the movement. Let me just, okay, here, you see it? See? Again. See how fast it was? Nothing to it. And voila. So now it's time to mount it. I'm gonna bring it up with some dimensional, the Stampin' dimensionals. Let's see here. I think I need to cut this in half. Okay, so there we go. So let's peel these little release paper off. And we're going to angle it such a way that it is there. And the last thing I wanted to show you was die cutting how to make your clouds a little fluffy. Let me bring this here. Ooh, this is going to be tricky. I'm only at the edge of this table, and it really adds a nice touch to your card. So I use these cotton pads. These are like from Shiseido, but I'm sure you can find these type of cotton pads like in Walgreens. I think I've seen them. So they're nice and fluffy. And here is the cloud die from the rainbow set. I'm going to put this on here. I'm going to show you first. So see, where am I? Okay, there, okay? Okay, put this away before it drops on my toes. And voila, you've got fluffy clouds. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, make sure I don't lose that little piece. So I am going to attach it like right here, and it works well with glue. Okay, so let me make sure I've got the right side. There. Okay. And oh, one last thing. Where is it? Oh. Anyway, I had a piece here that I was going to, okay, so the original card on the back, this one is, let me see, it's I think 2 1/4 by 2 1/4, and I just stamped the happy birthday in the back, but I can't seem to find that. Isn't this lovely? Don't know where it went. I had prepared everything, and of course it is not here. But I think you know how to cut a piece like that and stamp your happy birthday. And actually how I did that, because if you look at the stamp set, it says another year flies by. I just basically used a Post-it note and covered it up, inked it, and just did happy birthday. Okay? Whew, that was a doozy. Okay, so these are the 2 cards. Okay, it's fun, it pops up, and your recipient will be able to enjoy it on the desk, on the mantle, on the shelf, wherever it may be. Okay, and of course it's so fun with these bright colored paper. This is from the Rainbows paper. Let me just get it out for the exact name. Yep, Sunshine and Rainbows. It just goes so perfectly with this set. Okay, let me show you some others that I've made. Okay, oops. All right, so here's another card that I've made. Also using the Rainbows paper. And for this one, notice when I stamped this, I stamped it on a colored, this one keeps falling out. Go in, my little tail. How come it's not going in? There we go, it's in now. Okay, whew, what a video this has been. Anyway, so here's a card. And if you notice, I've actually stamped it on colored cardstock so that I don't need to color it. It already has color. And for this one, I did a little paper piecing. And what that entails is I stamped it twice on 2 different paper and cut it out. So for example, for this card, if I stamped it on a yellow, I can go ahead and cut it out like this. And instantly transforms your card into another color scheme. Okay? There we go. I didn't glue it down, but you know what I mean, right? So there. So that's what I mean by versatility of this set for this particular stamp, is by inking up different colors, cutting them up, and you can make different combinations of it. Okay, so let me take that out. Okay, and this is again the cloud stamp. It does fit this particular greeting, but I love it because it's big enough that I'm sure there are other sentiments that you would like to stamp and it will fit in there. And here's some iridescent rhinestones that's new in this catalog as well. Kind of mimics like raindrops. Excuse me. So keeping with the colorful color scheme, excuse me. So with this card, I don't know if you recognize where this paper comes from. This is from the Valentine's one that I did, was it last week or the week before? Sweet Talk. Okay, so those are the color schemes. So this is again showing you how I am customizing the string. So I could cut off the 2 or cut off the bottom 2. So whatever it fits your needs. Okay. But it doesn't always have to be a colorful card, because it can be something more subtle. So for this particular one, let's see, this card, I don't know if you recognize this background paper. This is from the Heart and Home set, the paper, and this is the wood plank. These are new as well, these butterflies. Again, reinforcing the flying aspect of this card. I don't know if you can see, but there we go. Okay. So bright color scheme or not so bright. This is a more subtle color scheme. Okay. And with the whole Heart and Home theme, here's another card that I made. This particular one, I'm using the Memories and More note card set. And this is one of the Memories and More card. I covered up what was the greeting here. And instead I used the greeting that was part of the Kite Delight Stamp Set. And if you see, I put a little wink of Stella. Oh, and for this one, I wanted to show you that I actually stamped them on these ombre gift bags. So these gift bags are not just for gift. They're great for stamping on it to get an ombre look. See? It's a really subtle ombre progression here. But this is from the ombre paper, and this is from the ombre paper as well. When I'm traveling, I really don't have a lot of choices, so I'm glad I had these bags and I can use that to stamp on. Okay, so just with a little wink of Stella, and it is just so cute. Okay, so here's another one that I made. Simple, and this is also another of the new paper that we have. These are the new paper that's called Abstract, I think. Let me look for it. Yep, Abstract Beauty. It's a 4x6 format, and again, this is, I'm stamping on a printed designer series paper, so it shows through. If I was at home, I would have embossed this in gold to coordinate with the gold flecks you see here. But as I said, I'm traveling right now, so I'm limited in my supplies, but I hope that you find that this is just as cute. But to up the wow factor, I would also consider embossing this in gold and stamping it onto the petal pink paper that's part of this series. And this one is here that I stamped by, and I cut it apart because the next part is here. Okay, so there you go. I also wanted to show you that it can be a very simple card, very gratifying to color. Okay, So this is all using masking technique and Wink of Stella on the white to kind of give it that ethereal paper, rice paper look for the kite. See, this is it showing the color? Yeah. And if you're wondering why I have this color scheme, well, that's all the colored pencils my mom's house has. So using what I can find. Okay. Very simple and yet very effective. And here's one more sample. This particular one is simplicity because you're just using the kite and a watercolored background and hang in there. Okay, I thought that was very appropriate. If you're wondering where this hang in there comes from, this is one of the other celebration stamp sets that is available for free. Yep, this is at $100 level, and I think it's totally worth it because if you look at all the different sentiments here, I bet you it will cover everything that you will ever need. So if you're looking for a general purpose sentiment set, look no further. Use your $100 level reward for this one. Okay? All right, so my goodness, it's been 30 minutes already. I think this is the first time I've had a video so long, right? Anyway, so I hope you've enjoyed these samples. Let me just go through them again so you can see it. Again, if you're interested, on my Pinterest board, I will have all of these cards posted on them so you can take a look at them without the video. Okay. There you go. I hope this has convinced you that this is a set worthy to be purchased and that you can have lots of use for this. Okay. I think that's all for today. If there are no questions, great. I'm glad, Lynette, you will get this set because I don't think you will regret getting this set. Okay, I don't see any questions. Thank you for those of you who are watching me live, and I also thank those who are going to watch this on replay. Whether you're watching it on replay or right now live, please leave a comment. Leave a comment, share with your friends. It would be a great encouragement to me. And if you are not currently working with a demonstrator, please feel free to message me and we can connect and I can get you on your way to purchasing these wonderful products. Don't forget, celebration is still ongoing. This is our annual promotion, actually biannual now. It will last through the 28th of February. And for those of you who are not familiar with celebration, with every $50 in purchase in your order, you can select something from this catalog. So it could be a stamp set like this. Wonderful paper. This is 12 by 12 paper, valued at $11.50, I'm sure. Okay, these are all free. Another stamp set, another stamp set. This is to die for. I mean, this one I'm hoarding because it's so cheerful. It goes with so many things. So this one is for the $50 level. Again, this marbled paper is wonderful. This otter, such a cute little thing, don't you think? Again, $50 and you've got that. So now at the $100 level, so you can get this set. This is the paper and stamp set together. I have done a video of this particular set, so if you've not seen it, feel free to check back a couple weeks ago and I have samples of that. And this is the special moments that I was just showing you. It's free with $100. And this is the host. If you host a workshop, this is free for you. Okay? And of course, it's always a good time to join my team, but this none other than right now during celebration, because not only are you getting $125 worth of free products for only $99, you also get to choose 2 extra stamp sets, okay? 2 more, so you're getting quite a deal. So think about it message me if you're interested, and let's talk about joining my team. There's no obligation, no need to sell, no need to recruit. We're just a bunch of friendly crafters who want to get together and share. But of course, if you want to make some mad money with this stamping, that's totally fine too. Can help you with that as well. Okay, well, thank you very much for tuning in today, and that's all for today, and I will see you next Monday. Thank you. Bye-bye.